My name is Stacey Curtis, and I am a home care provider.
Well, my name is Kevin Prasad. I work at HSS at San Francisco International. I do security for the checkpoints in graveyard shift.
Hi, my name is Keny Lopez, and I work for Sky Chef.
I come from a family of nurses. My mother went to nursing school, my grandmother went to nursing school, and my great-grandmother. You try to do as much as you can for clients, but when you have 15 or 16 people and only have 8 hours to complete, it becomes overwhelming. I wanted to quit the field all in all, but I had a very good charge nurse. I worked for a very good company, and she seen something very good in me. During the AIDS epidemic, by me being an out lesbian, there was a lot that was going on in the medical field with doctors, nurses, CNAs, NAs. Nobody wanted to be around those type of people because of the threat. Nobody knew how you can contract it. Nobody knew. People were outright just scared of AIDS patients. And so what I did was I worked with a bad disease. It hit the gay community real hard. People was afraid. I stepped up and I just prayed every day. Somebody has to do this, because anytime you go and I go to a hospital and the man is laying in the bed and he's just crying, and I was like, well, what can I do for you? The only thing you can do for me is I haven't touched another human in almost a year. Just give me a hug. Oh. There's not a lot of people that want to be a CNA because you really can't live off of this pay. You know, the pay is low and the work is demanding. They come in and just as quickly as they come in, they go out. I don't understand why they're not staying longer. I tend to think more so it's because of the pay. Raise the wages of home care providers, CNAs, nursing assistant. Raise our wages, because we do a lot. As far as that, we're going to do the stuff that I was just saying, medical hospitals. If this job is not done, who's at risk? The most vulnerable population. You got the elderly and you got the disabled. Like Homebridge, I've worked there for 4 years. I just recently, in the last year, started generating vacation time. I gave them 3 years of working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 6 days a week as a part-time worker with no benefits other than the little bit of medical that they did offer. And they're the exception to that, because most agencies in this business, they will classify you as a part-time worker, so they don't have to pay you any benefits or medical or anything like that, knowing full well that you work over 40 hours a week.
So, do you live in San Francisco?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you live in the Mission. How long have you lived out here?
A year and a half.
A year
1 year and a half, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Do you like it so far?
Not really, because since I've been living there, the guy that's in the contract, he keeps raising me too much money.
Oh, he keeps raising your rent.
Too much.
What do you do at Sky Chef?
I work for a warehouse. You know, for the airlines, for Virgin America.
Oh, for Virgin America. Okay, so are you?
They put me to do everything, whatever.
Okay, so you're like kind of like on the assembly line.
Assembly line. I got bills to pay. Everybody got bills to pay. You gotta pay for gas. I gotta pay to fix my car. I gotta pay food. I gotta pay a whole bunch of things. I get up 4 o'clock in the morning, so tired. I've been calling in sick because they overwork me too much, and then my back, my bone gets swollen, and I can't bend, so I gotta call in sick. And they get upset because, you know, I call in sick. Oh well, I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
If I can't bend. I can't bend, so how can I work? Sometimes I do 12, sometimes 10, sometimes 9.
Do you feel the $14 and the 12 hours of work is worth it?
No, because they overworking you, and then sometimes your check is okay, sometimes it's not. You know, they didn't pay my holiday.
Oh.
Double. They just pay a regular. I start 7 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get out sometimes at 7 p.m., 6 p.m., 5 p.m. That's too much. And your check don't even come out right. You think that's okay? No.
Yeah.
I have to have another job because how can I explain to you? I don't have any family here.
Mm-hmm.
Support from a family or and sister, nothing. So I have to have another job. I'm on my own. So these people don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They just exploit you with overworking you too much, and then you gotta hurry up. I don't like that.
I work basically to ensure that nobody goes through the checkpoint that's not supposed to go through the checkpoint, only the airport employees at certain times. Obviously, with the dangerous times that we live in currently, we got to make sure that the checkpoint is secure at all times, 24 hours, every day, every night. There's no holidays, no breaks in between.
Do you feel you're able to support yourself and be self-sufficient on your current wages?
No, not really. I mean, 1539 is not even close. I mean, it keeps me just barely floating, but it's like I have to really work on it. It's to the point where I have to live in someone else's house, just rent out a room. I can't even have a space of my own, and I just gotta go and do 2 jobs. I shouldn't have to be working 16 hours to keep myself afloat. When you know you're working at the airport and you're barely scraping by, where you have to end up having 2 jobs, a lot of people end up leaving. These companies, they undercut each other to try and get the most business, and they undercut us in the end, as the employees. Where else do you get to pull around a $2.4 million aircraft? You trust them with your aircraft, but you don't trust them enough to give them more money for what they do. It's a special skill. It's not like you see an airplane being tugged around across the freeway every day.
No.
Or people throwing bags all day. I mean, wear and tear on the human body. I love airplanes. You know, why else am I working at an airport? They think, you know, oh, I got an airport job. It's gonna pay me great money. When they find out that it's not really great money, that they're barely scraping by, it kind of disheartens them, and then they end up leaving. Once that person leaves, that person's personality is lost to the company. Maybe they could have helped out another passenger that was autistic, and this person here has a child who's autistic, so they know how to better treat. Or there's another passenger who doesn't know how to speak a lick of English but can speak Spanish fluently. The security of the airport is all about us as employees. Mm-hmm. If we're working 16 hours a day to try and keep up with our lives, with our bills and everything else, we're obviously going to be a little bit too tired and too complacent to actually do our job effectively. If we could go up higher, and $16 is a good start, but it's not there yet.
Oh, no.
I could then decide which job I want to keep. If you want to create more jobs out there, we need to go to a living wage. You already see it. A lot of the people who are working here either come from Sacramento. As far as Sacramento, I've heard of people coming from Antioch, Pittsburgh, Stockton, Modesto. They come here, they work here, and then they take that money and go all the way back, and that's revenue lost. That's revenue going to Sacramento. That's revenue going to Antioch. That's revenue going to Pittsburgh, to Modesto, to Stockton. You are losing money hand over fist because you're refusing to invest in the middle class. Invest in us, and we will invest in you. It's not about, we're not asking for a lot of money. We're asking for enough money. Just enough money to survive off of.